We often hear about road accidents. They constantly appear in the news and attract a lot of public attention. However, accidents involving water transport also happen regularly, even though they're covered far less often. In this video, I have put together a compilation of collisions and wrecks involving various watercraft. Enjoy watching. The author of this clip showed the consequences of a collision with a barge. The accident seemed minor, but just look at what it led to. They say that the captain of this tourist vessel fell asleep, which caused a collision with a rock. The passengers were very lucky to get away with just a scare. The stopping distance of large vessels can reach several kilometers, yet some captains somehow ignore this fact. As a result, extremely unpleasant incidents occur. When two ships meet, unexpected and unpleasant situations sometimes happen. This guy definitely needs to learn how to slow down so he does not repeat such collisions with peers. This barge resisted towing in every possible way and eventually went into free drift.
Fernando.
After such an unsuccessful docking, the captain of the yacht Blue Magic will have to compensate for the cost of the sailing yacht that he completely destroyed. The guy on this speedboat caused real chaos. Just look at what he was doing. Just imagine the fear the yacht's passengers felt when they saw a huge vessel moving straight toward them. Fortunately, the impact was only a glancing blow, and no one was injured.
Ne yapıyor ya? Ne yapacağız? Çarpıyor. Çarptı. Yapacak bir şey.
The cruise ship Nordnorge is over 123 meters long and has a capacity of almost 600 people. However, even this giant has a very hard time when cold and strong Norwegian winds are blowing. These shots show the trawler Captain Bolsonovsky, which sank in the Bering Sea after colliding with an ice floe. At that moment, there were 91 people on board. All of them were rescued by another fishing vessel.
Ага, плот сработал. вообще страшно.
The captain of this sailing ship turned out to be far too persistent, but it led to nothing good. This vessel managed to bring the situation under control, albeit in a very strange way. The captain of the yacht Clermont lost control during docking and caused real chaos in the port of Genoa. First, he damaged 2 tenders with the stern of the yacht, and then crashed at high speed into a pier for barges.
Ma che cazzo sta combinando?
Sapete guidare? Ma io dall'inizio.
A dangerous situation involving a yacht occurred under a railway bridge. The passengers were very lucky that no one was injured. The captain of this small vessel decided that he would make it under a drawbridge, but he was mistaken.
Oh my god!
Oh, no way.
No way!
If you have never seen a vessel sink, this video is especially for you. These men managed to launch a motorboat into the water, but now they still need to somehow get into it. The man tried to pull the boat out of the water, and instead of adjusting the trailer wheels, he kept stubbornly pressing the gas pedal. He did pull the boat out, but badly damaged the trailer.
Definitely having problems.
This barge needed emergency braking because it was drifting after a flood. The bridge helped with that. The rowing team was so eager to win that they kept paddling even after their canoe began to sink. Unfortunately, they had to withdraw from the race.
Это жесть! Это Санкт-Петербург! Чемпионат города Санкт-Петербург!
The boat narrowly avoided colliding with a large vessel, thanks to the quick reaction of the person at the helm. The captain misjudged the turning angle and rammed into a barge. Fortunately, both vessels remained undamaged. The speedboat almost managed to pass under the bridge, if not for one small but. The person at the helm of this yacht clearly has no sense of the vessel's dimensions. I warn you that while watching this video, you may not only feel seasick, but also experience fear, although the passengers on this vessel were actually having fun. The guy in the kayak was distracted for just a couple of seconds, and this is what it led to. Apparently, this man decided to test the full power of a pleasure boat and accelerated to maximum speed. However, his actions nearly caused other boats to crash. For most people, such a yacht is a luxury, but apparently this person owns more than one, since he decided to test whether he could pass under the bridge.
Stonk si sta incagliando. Opla. Slowly, slowly. Opla.
It seems that one collision was not enough for the person controlling this vessel, so he decided to repeat it once again. The wind became a kind of professional test for this captain, one that he failed. Looking at these shots, you cannot help but worry about the people on board this vessel, but then a real miracle happens, which cannot help but bring relief. Some experiments people conduct with vehicles are truly astonishing, and this is exactly such a case. The only explanation for this incident is that the captain of the vessel was simply exhausted and fell asleep.
Nej, 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 ring politi med en gång! Åh, helvete.
Most likely, the man had practiced this jet ski trick many times, or he was just lucky not to fall. A non-profit organization called Sea Shepherd is engaged in protecting and preserving marine ecosystems. In these clips, their vessel Bob Barker interferes with the refueling of the Japanese whaling ship Nishin Maru in the Southern Ocean. In response, Nishin Maru aggressively presses Bob Barker against itself and a fuel tanker, repeatedly colliding with it. This incident later caused many disputes and legal proceedings. In front of eyewitnesses, a collision between two military vessels occurred off the coast of the Philippines. Perhaps the captain of this leisure boat sat at the helm for the first time. That is the only way to explain why he completely fails to sense the size of his vessel.
Oh.
Sometimes, fishermen defend their territory very aggressively, even resorting to ramming other fishing boats. That is exactly the situation captured in this clip. But don't worry, no one was injured. These guys in the boat reached a very high speed, but their reaction time leaves much to be desired.
Băi, nebunilor, băi! Păi știi ce mi-ai făcut acum? Știi cât mi-ai dat daună?
The captain of the dry cargo ship Seminole made a mistake while docking, and this is what came of it. I really hope the yacht did not sustain serious damage, otherwise this mistake will cost a lot of money.
What happened?
When a storm hit the coast, chaos began in a usually calm harbor. People gathered to capture this on camera, since waves of this size are extremely rare in this location. The old barge could not withstand such a load and literally broke in half. Fortunately, the man managed to survive. Because of one person's mistake, 4 sailing yachts were damaged at once. Just look at how awkward those attempts to enter the harbor were. In the year 2017, the powerful hurricane Harvey hit the state of Texas. Other states were also affected by the aftermath of the hurricane, including Tennessee. Some settlements suffered from flooding, during which these shots were taken. A powerful current sent this vessel drifting freely down the river until it eventually collided with a bridge. Large cargo ships have a very long stopping distance, so it is extremely important for captains to calculate everything correctly in order to dock without consequences. In this case, the calculation was wrong. Launching a large vessel is always a very complex process, so sometimes things can go wrong, as happened in this case. Steel hulls serve for many years, but time spares nothing, and they eventually lose their strength. The guy only had to press hard with his finger on the hull for a hole to form. Cargo piers are always built with exceptional strength because sometimes large vessels miscalculate their stopping distance, resulting in what you see in this video. The person on this yacht clearly did not consider this possible outcome when trying to dock next to a large vessel. Luckily, he was not injured. This harbor is known for its rough waves, so accidents involving various vessels happen here quite often. The people on this vessel misjudged the distance to another ship while docking, which resulted in a collision. What caused this accident remains a mystery. I think that after this incident, the captain responsible for the collision was fired. Boat rides can be very fun, especially when something this amusing happens right in front of you.
Yes.
The passengers on this vessel had no choice but to watch as their luggage ended up in the water. While watching this video, only one question comes to mind. How could someone fail to see such a large vessel and crash into it? The storm caused incredible chaos in the harbor where small boats were moored. This video clearly shows what happens when a captain miscalculates the stopping distance of their vessel. The launch of this yacht showed no signs of trouble, but something went wrong. Still, despite the fall, the vessel eventually ended up in the water. During this incident, 2 vessels suffered serious damage, but they managed to reach the shore.
Mooring. Clear off.
The man decided to jump over a stretch of land on a jet ski, and he almost succeeded. The man tried with all his strength to keep the vessel afloat, but it stubbornly kept sinking. Fortunately, he was noticed and helped to escape. Controlling such a giant as the 306-meter-long cruise liner Carnival Magic is extremely difficult, so even experienced captains sometimes make mistakes. Thankfully, nothing serious happened in this case. The guy was enjoying the speed on a motorboat, but soon something happened that ruined his mood. Although taking a swim in the sea is always nice. The men on this vessel immediately realized that the docking was not going according to plan, but they definitely did not expect it to turn out this badly. To create real panic among vacationers on the beach, it is enough to take the helm of an expensive yacht without having any idea how to operate it.
Alright, somebody needs to get this fucking idiot off the boat.
During an exhibition of luxury vessels, two magnificent yachts collided with each other, leaving eyewitnesses confused. It seemed that after colliding with the bridge, this catamaran would definitely lose its mast, but to everyone's surprise, that did not happen. The captain of the vessel miscalculated his stop and crashed into a loading ramp. Ferry trips will now have to wait. The consequences of this close encounter with the bridge were obvious to everyone, but what the captain was thinking at that moment remains a mystery. This guy is a true professional. Just look at the clever idea he came up with to pass under the bridge. These shots show the aftermath of a collision between a large vessel and a bridge. The structure was destroyed and a fire broke out on the ship. Fortunately, no one was injured. These tourists decided to take an extreme descent down a raging river, but something went wrong and they ended up in the water. By some miracle, they managed to survive. And that's all from me. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your activity is the best reward for me. Thank you for your attention. See you soon. Bye.